What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, May 1st, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Filmmaker McG will no longer be directing Sony's upcoming live-action reboot of Masters of the Universe as the film receives an official release date. Masters of the Universe is now set to hit theaters December 18, 2019, Entertainment Weekly reported. McG was first attached to the long-in-development project in January 2016. The studio is now in search of a new director who will be handling a script by David S. Goyer of Batman Begins and Man of Steel fame. Based on the popular 1980s animated series of the same name, Masters of the Universe follows Prince Adam, who transforms into the heroic He-Man in order to protect the magical land of Eternia from the evil Skeletor. The franchise is also notable for Mattel's signature toy line that first launched the property. The original film, released in 1987, starred Dolph Lundgren as He-Man and Frank Langella as Skeletor. Superman himself, Henry Cavill, paid tribute to a number of DC and Marvel film stars on Instagram Friday for National Superhero Day. The actor wrote, "Fly your colors today, brothers and sisters. It's National Superhero Day," alongside with a selfie of himself wearing a hoodie with a Superman shirt underneath. He also wrote, "I personally just want to thank all of you guys and gals for keeping us so entertained and setting such a fantastic example for superhero fans, young and old, around the world." He continued before tagging a number of actors and actresses from across the DC and Marvel's films, including Fox's X-Men series. Those who did not have an Instagram were given a hashtag by their name instead. The long list of celebrities include Chris Pratt, Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Hemsworth, Ben Affleck, Robert Downey Jr., Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Hugh Jackman, Margot Robbie, Joe Kinnaman, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Paul Bettany, Jerry Renner, Samuel L. Jackson, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, Nicholas Hoult, James McAvoy, Evan Peters, Sophie Turner, Cody Smith-McPhee, Alexandra Shipp, Brie Larson, Tom Holland, Don Cheadle, Paul Rudd, Anthony Mackie, Chris Evans, Bradley Cooper, Ariza Miller, and Scarlett Johansson. Cavill, who was recently cast in Mission Impossible 6, will next be seen as Superman in Justice League, due in theaters November 17th. Gal Gadot springs into action in 2 new television spots for Warner Bros.' upcoming superhero epic Wonder Woman. The first spot, titled Together, features a more light-hearted tone as Gadot is seen accompanying Chris Pine, who plays Steve Trevor, as he attempts to explain just how he knows the warrior princess who hails from Terranicia. As Pine fumbles his words, the clip is intercut with action scenes as Wonder Woman handily dispatches a group of soldiers. The trailer notes the future of justice begins with her. The second television spot, labeled Power, explores the violent World War I conflict Wonder Woman is entering, along with more looks at Terranicia as she trains with the Amazons. Gadot says, "I will fight for those who cannot fight," as the superheroine is seen using her lasso of truth. Directed by Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman arrives in theaters June 2nd. Emma Watson says she's open in making Beauty and the Beast 2. The 27-year-old British actress said in an interview this week that she would love to reprise Belle in a sequel to the live-action Disney movie. Watson told Access Hollywood at the Tribeca Film Festival premiere of her movie The Circle, "I would love to do a sequel. I always thought that Belle would become a teacher and she would run the library in the castle and open it to the village. This is where I was going." Beauty and the Beast, based on the 1991 animated Disney movie, and opened in theaters in March. The new version co-stars Dan Stevens and Luke Evans and earned over $1.1 billion at the box office. Watson said of fans' response to the film, "It has been crazy. I hoped that the movie would do well, but this has been insane. Like completely beyond all of my wildest dreams and expectations. I'm just so grateful. It's unbelievable." Stevens, who played the Beast, had expressed interest in the sequel last week. The 34-year-old British actor told Variety, "That's not a question for me. I'm not sure what turn that would take. I'm open to offers. It would seem odd for me to hear about it, but never say never. Watson is best known for playing Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter movies and has starred in The Perks of Being a Wallflower and The Bling Ring. The Circle co-stars Tom Hanks and opened in theaters on Friday. The Godfather icons Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, James Caan, Robert Duvall, Talia Shire, and Diane Keaton reunited to close the 2017 Tribeca Film Festival in New York Saturday night. The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2 were screened for about 6,000 people at Radio City Music Hall as part of the program. After the movies, the film stars and director Francis Ford Coppola discussed the classic gangster saga for about 90 minutes. Filmmaker Taylor Hackford moderated the panel. The event was timed for the first movie's 45th anniversary. Among those in the audience were Leonardo DiCaprio, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, Peter Fonda, Alessandro Nivola, Whoopi Goldberg, Julian Schnabel, Robert Schwartzman, and Sofia Coppola. Francis Ford Coppola said he knew immediately Pacino would be perfect as Michael Corleone, but he remembered Paramount Pictures wasn't so sure. Coppola said, I just saw his face. Once you see someone in the role, it's very hard to get that out of your head. Pacino added, the studio didn't want me after they hired me. I was living on 90th and Broadway at the time. I walked downtown to the Village and back. I did it every day thinking about this role, just thinking where I could go with it. I came and I started filming it. I was dizzy. I was new to film. We were theater actors. We weren't used to filming. And he also credited Coppola with giving him his big break. He says, without Francis, where would I be? In some related stories, Oscar-winning filmmaker Quentin Tarantino and the surviving members of the Reservoir Dogs cast gathered at the Tribeca Film Festival Friday night for the 25th anniversary screening and panel discussion about the movie. Appearing alongside Tim Roth, Steve Buscemi, Harvey Keitel, and Michael Madsen for the Tribeca Talks panel at the Beacon Theater in New York, Tarantino said how he vividly remembers how he felt when they had just finished their 2-week rehearsal before shooting the picture, and Keitel hosted a cast dinner at his house in Malibu. He says, I was living in Glendale with my mom at the time, so if you're from California, you know you can just take Sunset Boulevard down from Glendale all the way to Malibu. It's a long drive, but it's a cool drive. So I'm at Harvey's place, and we're all sitting around, and we really like each other now. We had our rehearsal, and we're sitting there, and we're having a great time, and I really realized that. Gosh, a lot of pressure was off my shoulders cinematically. These guys were so perfect in their parts. They were so vibing with each other. They so understood the material. By rehearsing 2 weeks, they knew the material. We were ready to shoot it. I was like, fuck it. If I just keep this movie in focus, I've got to move it. Anything else I bring to it will just be frosting, but the cake is here. It's these guys. I've got that. I watched it at dinner that night. It was a really nice thing for Harvey to do, but I remember that night getting in my car and just taking that drive all the way from Malibu to Glendale, just on Sunset, never getting off Sunset, all the little windy roads, and that was the happiest time of my life. That was the happiest moment of my life. This thing that I had thought about for so long, not just Reservoir Dogs, just making movies in general, it was, this might just work out. Reservoir Dogs was the first feature Tarantino had ever helmed. He is also famous for writing and directing The Hateful Eight, Django Unchained, Inglourious Basterds, Kill Bill, Jackie Brown, and Pulp Fiction. Barbra Streisand says she felt accepted as a female director while working on her 1983 movie Yentl in England, but did not find the same support when she returned to the United States. Streisand said during a conversation with director Robert Rodriguez during the Tribeca Film Festival Saturday, it was because they had a woman prime minister, Margaret Thatcher, and they had a queen. So what was I, a little first-time director? Despite the film's universal acclaim and several Oscar nominations, Streisand did not receive a nod for Best Director from the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science. She did, however, win the category at the Golden Globes, which are presented by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Streisand said at the time, I felt okay about it. It was made the subject of discrimination against women. It put a spotlight on it. I was pleased to see people holding up signs at the Academy Awards to protest the snub. I didn't go that night, but I must have been more hurt than I thought because it was like I didn't want to direct for years until I found The Prince of Tides. I also have a passion for a project. Tom Hanks and Bruce Springsteen opened their Tribeca Talks conversation Friday night by discussing their shared experience on working on the 1993 drama Philadelphia with late director Jonathan Demme. The event at New York's Beacon Theater was part of the Tribeca Film Festival. Among the attendees were former First Daughter Malia Obama, filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, broadcast journalist Gayle King, and actress Rita Wilson, Hanks' wife. Hanks said of the renowned director who died last week of complications from cancer at the age of 73, I think probably the strongest union of our two names is from the motion picture Philadelphia. God bless Jonathan Demme. We just lost him. Springsteen said of the anthem that won him the Best Original Song Oscar, he was such an inspirational guy. No Jonathan Demme, no Philadelphia, no Philadelphia, no Streets of Philadelphia. Springsteen continued, he had Neil Young working first. Neil came up with Philadelphia, which ended the film, and Demme wanted a rock song for the beginning, so I said, I'll give it a shot. Springsteen said he went into the studio and tried to come up with something, sending the song to Demme, even though he wasn't confident it was what the filmmaker wanted. He says, I said, what do you think? He said, it's great, and that was it. It took about 2 days, the music icon recalled. Hanks, who won the Best Actor Oscar for his performance in the film, says, if you ever want to have a great moment in a motion picture, walk out a door and make sure they just put on a Bruce Springsteen song. Beloved actor James Earl Jones is to be honored with this year's special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in the Theater. Jones, who's 86, is already a two-time Tony Award winner for The Great White Hope and Fences. His other theatrical credits include On Golden Pond, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Driving Miss Daisy, The Best Man, You Can't Take It With You, and The Gym Game. He is also famous for his distinct voice performance as Darth Vader in the Star Wars films and as Mufasa in the animated movie The Lion King. Heather Hitchens, the president of the American Theater Wing, and Charlotte St. Martin, president of the Broadway League, said in a joint statement, James Earl Jones has given us a lifetime of unforgettable performances on the stage, and his voice resonates through generations. His legacy is unmatched, and his work has had an impact not only on Broadway, but across the entire galaxy. Jones said, in 1957, when I came to New York to study acting, my father, the actor Robert Earl Jones, took me on a grand tour. He recalled by saying the first night was to the opera Tosca starring Leonette Price. I loved the singing, but I didn't understand the format of opera. The second night was Swan Lake featuring Margot Fonte. The movement of the bodies just seemed like magic. The third night was Pal Joey. I was captivated by the warmth of the light on stage. I got inspired to sing and dance, but I knew I wanted to be in the warmth of the stage light. The fourth night was Arthur Miller's The Crucible. By contrast, it created a Cold War coldness between human beings, but the ideas that Arthur Miller was able to evoke on stage were blazing hot. I knew I wanted to be part of this and to explore the stage. Kevin Spacey is set to host the Tony Awards, recognizing excellence on Broadway on June 11th. The gala will air on CBS. Live host Kelly Ripa is expected to reveal who her new co-host will be on Monday's edition of the morning chat show. Ripa tweeted Sunday, we're going to need a bigger mug. #tune in to live. #big announcement. #live Kelly co-host. The post accompanied a short video of Ripa drinking out of a mug that says live with Kelly and ? She teased tune in tomorrow, trust me. Ripa started out on the show in 2001 as co-host with longtime star Regis Philbin, who retired in 2011 and was replaced by Michael Strahan in 2012. Ripa has shared the stage with numerous guest hosts since Strahan left after 4 years last May for a full-time job on Good Morning America. Roseanne Barr, John Goodman, and Sara Gilbert reportedly are on board for a planned revival of their classic family sitcom, Roseanne. Deadline said the 8-episode limited series would show where Roseanne Barr's Iron Will matriarch and her blue-collar family are more than 2 decades after the series ended. Bruce Helford and Whitney Cummings would be the showrunner. The project is being shopped to broadcast and streaming networks, the Hollywood Reporter said. Set in Illinois, Roseanne initially ran from 1988 to 1997. If it does come back, it will be on the heels of other revivals of long-canceled shows, such as Arrested Development, Full House, Boy Meets World, Gilmore Girls, and Twin Peaks. There are plans to produce new episodes of That's So Raven and Will and Grace, which also wrapped years ago. Paramount Television and Anonymous Content says they have optioned the rights to 11 books from Anne Rice's The Vampire Chronicles collection. Christopher Rice will write the scripts from the supernatural drama and will serve as executive producer alongside his mother Anne Rice, as well as Anonymous Content's David Katner and Steve Gotlin. Amy Powell, the president of Paramount TV, said in a statement Friday, "It's undeniable that Anne Rice has created the paradigm against which all vampire stories are measured. The rich and vast world she's created with the Vampire Chronicles is unmatched and sophisticated with 90s gothic undertones that will be perfectly suited to captivate audiences. The series is full of compelling characters led by Lestat, arguably one of the greatest original characters, literary or otherwise. We are thrilled to collaborate with Anne, Christopher, and the team of Anonymous Content on this epic series." Anonymous Content David Katner added, "Together with our partners at Paramount Television, we are embarking on a fantastic journey with Anne and Christopher Rice to bring Anne's unparalleled imagination to television at the moment when the medium is experiencing a global apex in demand for its most outstanding, exciting, and heightening premium dramatic programming. The Vampire Chronicles in its entirety is not only a phenomenally complex universe of storytelling, it is also a worldwide readership whose connections to the books and their author are deep and abiding. It is a tremendous responsibility to bring the books to television, and we're thrilled to have this opportunity." Anne Rice remarked, "I'm thrilled beyond words to be working with Paramount TV and Anonymous Content, known for their extraordinary cutting-edge series such as True Detective, Quarry, and The Nick. In this unique golden age of television, I couldn't ask for a finer or more passionate team to help bring my beloved vampire hero Lestat alive in a series of the highest quality. This is a dream come true for both me and for Christopher and for the fans who have been asking to see the Brat Prince in the medium for years." No casting or premium date has been announced yet. Lestat was originally portrayed on the screen by Tom Cruise in 1994's Interview with the Vampire. Stuart Townsend took over the role in 2002's The Queen of the Damned. NBC News political analyst and former White House communications director Nicolle Wallace is getting her own MSNBC program, which will air weekdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The New York City-based program is slated to premiere in May. A network press release says MSNBC host and political correspondent Steve Kornacki will continue his presence in the hour, providing in-depth discussion and analysis. Phil Griffin, the president of MSNBC, said in a statement, "Nicolle played a huge role for us during the presidential election and through the first 100 days. We're thrilled she's stepping into this spot with Steve at her side. Nicolle and Steve both distinguished themselves during the campaign with the smart insight our audiences have come to expect." Wallace added, "There's never been a more exciting and stunning time in American politics, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have a daily conversation with our viewers about every dramatic twist and turns. I'm humbled by all the opportunities MSNBC and NBC News has given me to the reports on the 2016 campaign and its ripple effects." Scream Queens and New Girl alum Nasim Pedrad is the co-star in Season 2 of TBS's comedy People of Earth. The former Saturday Night Live cast member will play FBI Special Agent Alex Foster. Executive produced by Conan O'Brien and Greg Daniels, along with creator David Jenkins and showrunner Norm Hiscock, the show follows a group of alien abductees or experiencers living in the small town of Beacon, New York. The ensemble also includes Wyatt Cenac, Anna Gasteyer, Oscar Nunez, Michael Cassidy, Alice Winterlund, Luca Jones, Brian Husky, Nancy Lehan, Tracy Chimo, Davine Joy Randolph, Bjorn Gustafson, and Ken Hall. And speaking of Saturday Night Live, Aidy Bryant is engaged to longtime lover Connor O'Malley. The 29-year-old Saturday Night Live star hilariously recounted O'Malley's frantic proposal on Thursday's episode of Late Night with Seth Meyers. Bryant told Meyers, "I walked in the door and our dog had a bow tie on. Basically, the second I shut the door, a man who I discovered was Connor frantically came around the corner and was just like, 'Will you marry me? No box, no, I love you.'" She also added, "He was just a man in full of terror, standing very far from a dog in a bow tie, just holding a loose ring going, 'Will you marry me?' I was like, 'What?' I truly couldn't comprehend what was happening. I just kept saying, 'Is this a joke?' She confessed. Then I said, 'Of course I'll marry you. I love you.'" Brian O'Malley, an actor and former writer for Late Night, got engaged in October after 8 years of dating. The actor said O'Malley later explained the reason behind his frenzied proposal. She recalled, he was like, well, you always said that you wanted it to happen in our house if it ever happened. He was like, but I also knew you probably wanted to be wearing a bra and have makeup on, so I knew I had to do it after you just got home from work. Otherwise, it would never be another moment. She also added, confirming with a laugh, he did the right thing. It's about a 40-second window before I get in the door and I rip off my mask and become a woman on the couch. Scott Disick says he once proposed to ex-partner Kourtney Kardashian. The 33-year-old club promoter said in a preview for the April 30th episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that he asked Kourtney to marry him but wound up scared. Scott tells Kourtney's sisters Kim and Khloe in the clip, yeah, she knows I got a ring, the whole thing is weird. He confirms, I asked her to marry me. I don't think we told anybody, actually. It was somewhat cute, and then we just got scared about media and this and that, and we were like, let's just put the ring aside and we'll talk about it another day. Never spoke about it again. Scott, who proposed with a Lorraine Schwartz ring, split from Kourtney in 2015 after 9 years of dating. He shared the proposal story while discussing his trip to Aspen with Kourtney and their 3 children. The star tells Kim and Khloe of the January vacation, Aspen was really good. She usually doesn't ever want to go to dinner with me without the kids, so that seemed like a huge step in the right direction. He adds, at the end of the day, it was the first trip we've had in a long time where we were actually a family. Got to feel like it was the old days. I'm happy, so I guess everything is going in the right direction. Scott and Kourtney have had an up and down relationship since calling it quits. Kourtney previously dismissed a reconciliation with Scott on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, declaring it's never going to work out. Shazad Latif, Rekha Sharma, Kenneth Mitchell, Claire McConnell, and Damian Ronan have joined the ensemble of Star Trek Discovery. The stars will play various Starfleet officers and Klingons. The press release noted the series will feature a new ship, new characters, and new missions while embracing the same ideology and hope for the future that inspired a generation of dreamers and doers. The series will premiere on the CBS television network, with all subsequent episodes available on CBS All Access, the network's digital subscription, video on demand, and live streaming service. The show's cast also includes Rainn Wilson, Jason Isaac, Mary Weissman, Sonika Martin-Green, James Frain, Anthony Rapp, and Doug Jones. Celebrity couple Kristin Cavallari and Jay Cutler will move to Nashville next week. The 30-year-old television personality confirmed in an interview with People that she and Cutler are moving their family Tuesday in the wake of the 33-year-old NFL star's cut from the Chicago Bears. Cavallari confessed, I have to say I'm kind of sad. My mom is in Chicago. I've made a lot of really good friends, so I'm definitely am sad. She says Nashville has always been the plan, and I'm really looking forward to being in one place, setting up shop, getting my kids in school here. The star added, knowing that we were going to be there for a very long time, if not forever, is a very exciting thing for me because my life is so hectic and so crazy that having a permanent home base is very comforting to me. Hills alum explained that she and Cutler have long-time ties to Nashville. She first fell in love with the Tennessee Capital after spending her first week with Cutler, who attended Vanderbilt University in the city. The star said, we think it's a really great place to raise a family. I love it. The people are cool. There's really good food. There's always something fun to do. There's not really a whole lot about Nashville. Cavallari and Cutler married in 2013 and share 4-year-old son Cayman, 2-year-old son Jax, and 17-month-old daughter Sailor. Cavallari made announcements to move in March after Cutler was released as a quarterback from the Bears. She says, so we're moving from Chicago soon, and I got to say I'm really going to miss this place. She said in a March 20th post, thanks for all the good times, Chicago. This will always be a special place for us. Ciara and her husband, pro football player Russell Wilson, have announced they welcomed their first child together. Ciara tweeted alongside with the photo of her kneeling on a beach by the ocean, Dear Sienna Princess Wilson, no matter how big the wave, we will always be your calm in the storm. We love you. Love Mommy and Daddy. 7:03 p.m., 7 pounds, 13 ounces, April 28, 2017, photo by Daddy. The couple have been married since July. Ciara also has a 2-year-old son with her ex-husband, the rapper Future. Gwen Stefani canceled a performance at a fundraiser in Las Vegas after rupturing her eardrum. Stefani was scheduled to perform Thursday as the headlining act for the Keep Memory Alive Power of Love Gala at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, but was forced to cancel due to her injury. Her entertainment manager, Irvin Asoff, told the Los Angeles Review-Journal the pop star and the voice coach had been admitted to Cedars-Sinai Hospital. The news was announced about an hour into the show as attendees watched a video of Stefani apologizing for missing the performance. Singer Jennifer Hudson took the stage to perform in Stefani's place. Stefani is scheduled to appear live on The Voice on Monday. Harry Styles is set to hit the road once again as part of a solo world tour that begins this fall. The world tour begins with the 13-date North American leg that starts September 19th in San Francisco and wraps up October 14th in Phoenix. The One Direction alum is then heading across the pond starting October 25th for a performance in Paris, and then will remain on tour until his final date in Tokyo on December 8th. Tickets excluding Japan will go on sale starting May 5th. The world tour will follow the release of Styles' upcoming solo LP, which is due to hit stores on May 12th. Also in May, Styles will be performing nightly on The Late Late Show with James Corden from May 15th to the 18th. And finally, the high-octane action picture The Fate of the Furious is the #1 movie in North America for a third consecutive weekend, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced. Vin Diesel's Charlize Theron movie earned an additional $19.4 million in receipts Friday through Sunday. Coming in #2 is How to Be a Latin Lover with $12 million, followed by Bahubali 2, The Conclusion, at #3 with $10.1 million, The Circle at #4 with $9.3 million, and The Boss Baby at #5 with $9.1 million. Rounding up the top tier are Beauty and the Beast at #6 with $6.4 million, Going in Style at #7 with $3.6 million, Smurfs The Lost Village at #8 with $3.32 million, Gifted at #9 with $3.3 million, and Unforgettable at #10 with $2.3 million. And as your entertainment report for Monday, May 1st, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.